Welcome back to Trailer Park Cookin'. I'm GenieBDelishus, and today we're going to be making one of my all-time favorite recipes throughout my childhood. It's referred to as shepherd's pie or sheep herder's pie. A good friend of mine, Tater, is the one that reminded me of this wonderful recipe. This right here that I have in my arms is one of our new additions to my family. Her name's Bella. Say hi, Bella. Hi, Bella. This recipe has multiple of ingredients, not in any specific order, but we'll just start with what we have. We have mushrooms, celery, garlic, onions, butter, cheddar cheese, cream of mushroom soup, cut green beans, and we're going to use sweet style corn, but I'm going to rinse off some of the juices on the outside of it so it's not so creamy. Leftover mashed potatoes, and I have the skins on my potatoes because I prefer the skins. Some various seasonings. Seasoning salt, Parmesan cheese, a little Italian seasoning, garlic salt, probably one of the most important, Worcestershire sauce, hamburger. So I just have a pound of hamburger here. So let's start with cutting up our produce. Celery, the onions, and I'm just going to coarsely chop my celery. My onions, I'll probably use half of this onion. Idaho grows a lot of onions. I've always wanted to pull over on the side of the freeway, but afraid to get pulled over and get in trouble for it because during onions harvest season, you find them all over the place. I'm actually going to put these mushrooms aside and layer them in the dish because I love mushrooms. I have my handy dandy garlic smusher here. It goes everywhere, but where it's supposed to go. I guess if I took the whole off the garlic, it would make a difference. This is just 3 cloves of garlic. I really like garlic, so keeps the vampires away. So this is the fresh ingredients that we're going to add to the pan. Turn it on to like a medium-high heat. So to my hamburger, I'm going to add some seasonings. Some Johnny's seasoning salt. Some Italian seasoning. Ooh. Some garlic salt. And some Worcestershire sauce. So the hamburger should be just crumbled, brown cooked, just like you would make tacos or however you like it. With our taters, we're going to add some cheese and some butter and some milk. Some Parmesan. Some milk. And then probably half the tub of butter. Yeah. There we go. Might add some garlic salt to these too. And maybe a little bit more milk. Because I want them to kind of be creamy because the oven's going to dry them out. So you're not going to make them like you'd serve up mashed potatoes to your family. This is more like a smoother, I guess, mashed potatoes. So kind of a lumpy because of the potato skins and cheese that's added to it. Much better. Sometimes people put peas in it. I'm not a really big lover of peas, so I'm just throwing the corn in there. We're going to lose some of it because all we really want is the cream without the corn. Or no, the corn without the cream. So it looks like our hamburger's almost completely done. So there's a little bit of red in there. We're going to add our fresh vegetables to it. So I'll cook the veggies with the meat until the onions start to look a little clear. So it's just, I don't know how many minutes that is, but it'll be long enough that the onions take on a clearer appearance. It's all visual. You can put the lid on it, turn down the heat, so we don't want to burn everything. So all my pans are rusted out, so if you want to make a donation to Genie B, just contact me and I'll give you my address to send me some new pans. But in the meantime, we went to the dollar store and they have these 2 for $1. Aluminum pans such as these, but as you can see, I've even cut cakes in them enough that it's scored the bottom of my pans. So this will be a great pan to make our shepherd's pie in, or sheep herder's pie, however you prefer. Okay, so our onions are taking on that little bit of a crystal glittery look. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, yeah, they're starting to look prettier. They're a little bit crunchy still, but as they bake in the oven, they'll be a lot better. All right, I'm gonna turn this oven off, and I'm gonna bring my ingredients of hamburger over to my pan, where I'm going to layer all of my ingredients. So just smooth it out on the bottom of the pan. Dump my corn on there, on top of my hamburger. Alright, so we're going to put our layer of green beans on there. And you just smooth it out, you know. Potatoes like you're spreading icing on a cake. So because we're going to put mushroom soup on it, I'm going to flip these sides up so that it holds the mushroom soup a little better and makes a little deeper pan. And so then we got our cream of mushroom soup, which is kind of like a gravy on the top. So yeah, how American can you be? Potatoes and gravy. Just dump the can on the top. You might need 2 cans or more. Now, those beautiful mushrooms that we cut up from earlier, I'm just gonna layer them on top. This is Genie B's own twist, because I love mushrooms. And if you notice, I didn't add milk to my cream of mushroom soup because we want it to be a thick consistency instead of a thin consistency. We're gonna sprinkle the cheese on the top. This is a mild cheddar cheese. So now we're gonna throw it in the oven that we have set at 375 degrees. We're gonna bake it for about 25 to 35 minutes. And I'll know that it's done because I'll be able to smell it in the air, and I'll be able to look and see that it's not burnt, and the cheese is going to be melted and everything is going to be bubbling and it's going to be yummy. All right, so it's been about 35 minutes since we put our shepherd's pie into the oven, and now we're ready to take it out and give it a go. Owie. Oh, flimsy pan. Look at that beautiful shepherd's pie. There's little bubbles coming through the top. It's kind of hard to see right now, but look at how crispy the cheese on the mushrooms is. It's really good. So this is going to be amazing. I already know it. I can smell it. It smells really good. Let's give it a go. Mmm. Yummy. Got the yummy mashed potatoes and cheese and celery, just a little bit crispy on the celery still, and the hamburger's got a wonderful flavor. Mmm. Join us next time for another great recipe on Trailer Park Cookin'. I'm GenieBDelishus. Bye, y'all.